Hi everybody. Alright, so in this video we're doing a couple of exciting things. One, we're putting the tail number on the left side. Well, we're doing one side of the tail number. I had just printed out 12-inch Helvetica numbers. You can see and now I'm taping together. So this is the taping technique I used when I was putting together that big printout for the canopy fiberglass templates, right? So there's the number 25 Hotel Kilo. So I've had this number reserved for 3 years now. I almost had 2 Hotel Kilo, but unfortunately I lost out, which brings me to my rant for the day. To the owner of the company that hogs up small tail numbers, not going to mention who, go f*** yourself. There's a guy out there that's gotten some scripts written that basically combs the FAA website and then auto-reserves tail numbers whenever they come up and then sells them for astronomical amounts of money. And the FAA is just like, well, hey, that's just the way the system works. Is it? Then I have an idea because I did a little bit of math. It's $10 a year, $10 a year to reserve a tail number. There's roughly 1 million open tail numbers left. You see where I'm going with this? All right, so for $10 million a year, or at least I hope my math is right and it's only a million. For $10 million a year, we will just own all of the tail numbers. And just wait. Boeing calls, hey, we've got 5 new 737s. We need some tail numbers. Great. That'll be 100,000 apiece. So yeah, that sucks because I was so close to having a small tail number, and I was online at midnight when that number was being purged, and I went through the registration form by hand as fast as I possibly could, and I was no match. It was immediately followed with, "Oh, sorry, that's been reserved," and it was disappointing but surprising because one, who would have thought that the FAA would actually have a system that could update that fast? No, that's pretty much the only surprise. So yeah, I mean, look, it's still good. I still got 4, right? 2-5 are my birthday, so I was born on the 25th, and HK is my wife's initials. Plus, she was born in February. Originally, it was 225 Hotel Kilo, 2 for being February, because my wife and I are born in February, and I know and I'm a ridiculous human who has to be nostalgic about that kind of thing. But anyway, so yeah, that's the woe of the tail numbers. Now we're moving on to something actual structural. So on both and I mean we're going way on back. So this is straight back to the baffles. Both the left and right side of the baffling in the front, where the air intake is, has a curved piece of metal to sort of help redirect airflow. Now, on the left side, which you see me working on here, that piece of metal is represented by the shroud that actually holds the air filter in place, right? So the air filter fits down into the snorkel that we've been working on, and then this piece of metal sits on top of that. You can see the little bent flanges that sort of go downward. Those hold onto the top of the air filter. And we are going through and bending the corner of it, because the corner of this shroud is going to basically buttress up to the outside baffles, and it'll have a screw that goes through that holds it in place as well. And the instructions say, draw these lines on it and then gently bend it into place and put it in, and it works. Hammering it the way I did with the soft wood does work. It's not quite as clean as you would like. In a second here, we're going to do the other side. So again, the left side is represented by that big piece. The right side, it's just a small metal clip that attaches, because there's nothing to cover over there. So there's just basically the baffling ramp that goes in through the air inlet that leads up to the number 1 cylinder, and then the sides, and that's it. I mean, there is the cabin heat, but there's no reason for that to get covered. So there you can see that piece is in place, the shroud's in place, how it curves up on the side. we will put a nut plate on that side baffle and install a number 8 screw for that. Alright, so now we're going to bend the right side. Sorry this is so late in the video. Here we're just doing the same thing, but instead of using the vise and blocks of wood, we've got the metal bender, and let me just tell you, that metal brake does such a cleaner job. Oh my god. Alright, in the next video, more things happening. So thank you for joining me, everyone. See you soon.